Gary, you did say last week the results and the performances be up and down. That was certainly a down one today.
Yeah, we, first and foremost, I thought Inverness were the better team and deserved their win. We didn't start well, coming to Inverness, they're sort of on a good bit of confidence just now, they're in a good place. And we tried to stress to the players that, it was important that we kept it 0-0 for as long as we could. And Jack got us out of jail with a great save for the first corner, and then we've not dealt with the second corner. And he come here 2.5 minutes down, it makes things really difficult. I was a little bit worried today in terms of, not that I don't trust him, but the back five, Darren was the oldest at 23, and I was worried if we took an early setback how we would react, and it did knock us a wee bit. And the second goal was another one that we could have done better on. We had everybody back, there shouldn't be anybody spare to get a shot at the edge of the box. And Jack's kept us in it with a couple of saves, albeit before the second goal, as we spoke about in there, Stevens missed a really good chance to get us 1-0. And that maybe gave us something to go again at. 2-0 down. The second half we changed it a little bit, we changed the shape. I thought we had a couple of chances again before they scored. But then, as with Stephen missing the chance in the first half, they went up the pitch and scored. They went up and scored really with their first attack. And at 3-0, you worry because you've got such a young team, you're just not sure how they're going to go. And we made a few changes, and I thought the young lads that went on done fine. A great moment for Owen Bell to get his first goal. I thought Ross Ferguson done fine. He never had any shots at goal, but he done fine. And it was important to get Miles some game time with the players as well, just with next week in mind. So I was delighted that they kept going. But we spoke about in there, we can't, especially come away from home to any team really, we have to be harder to score against. But as you say, I said to you last week, I was prepared that results and performances could be a bit indifferent until everybody's back.
You talked there about how you're worried about it being young team on the bench. What about going forward? What's it going to be like?
Well, that's how it is, when young players when young players are... listen, Darren Brownlee's still classed as a young player, he's 23, but he's got a lot of experience, so I didn't mean people like that. But Connor, example, in his first real season of football, playing a lot of games. Joe's still just a young boy, only really got what he had last... Lyndon still really just, And with individuals young, and I experienced this in my own career, you have highs and lows. So if we're going to have highs and lows with them as individuals, when there's 5 or 6 or 7 of them in the starting team, we're going to have highs and lows as a team. As I say, I try and look at the positives. They kept going, they never threw in the towel, and they got a goal at the end. But that is how it's going to be. The team that was out today was the same team that played last week, but it was a different type of game today. And as I say to you, Inverness were the better team and they deserved their win.
As you say, two down sort of midway through the first half, gives yourself, you want to get that next goal, don't you? And
we said that at half time. We said we changed it. We went a wee bit more attacking. We had a couple of half chances to get that, because we felt if we could get the next goal, that 2-1, it's game on really. But as it was, we missed a couple of half chances we created, and they got a goal. I think Scott actually stood in the ball and they broke into the area that he had left, crossed it in, and it was a goal. And before you know it, you're 3-0 down. There's still 30 minutes to go, and you start thinking the worst, because a lot of them haven't experienced such a situation before. But credit to them, they rolled their sleeves up, they kept going, and they got a goal back. So I take heart for that they never threw in the towel. Not that they ever have for me really. But it is what it is. We know when the senior players are going to be back, or our regular first team players are going to be back, and until then it's all hands to the pump. Everybody's staying together. There was constructive criticism for me in the change room today, because obviously for me as well, you've got to be very careful. You're dealing with a different age group now in the change room to I was maybe 8 weeks ago. So you have to be very careful on how you speak to them. I'm going to need these lads for now to the end of the season, and it's important that I don't lose them with over-criticising them. So you have to just try and help them in the right way. Constructive criticism, pointing things out that could maybe have done better, and pointing things out that they did do well even though we lost. And as I say, for somebody like, I thought Jack was good today. It was only maybe about 12 o'clock. Alan had a horrible collision with Joe in training yesterday. and we had to stop the training, and he got up this morning, he still felt it a little bit, so I made the call that with the squad being small, that I didn't want him to play in it be a long time, you know. So Jack came in. I thought Jack done fine, you know. He made a couple of outstanding saves, and he's got to have a really big future, hopefully for us, you know. And I thought Owen Bell went on the last 3 or 4 weeks. We've noticed a real difference in him in his training for the start of the season. He got 5 or 10 minutes last week, and he's got 20 minutes today, and he's got a goal. So, you know, that's good as well. But again, you've got to watch you're not overusing younger players, and you're not expecting too much of them. And probably in the case of Connor and Linden, who are just still, I think, 21 and 20, and we're probably overusing them just now. But it is what it is until people get back fit.
That certainly was a concern for you at the end of last season. You said, you know...
I'm trying to learn from Joe and Dom as a manager for last year. I felt that looking back, I probably should have took them out the team 4 or 5 games before I did. And you keep playing them because, as I said to you, young players will have highs and lows. But taking all that away, the players that are missing, the age of the squad, you've got to defend better than we did. You know, there is a black and white to football, and the goals that they gave away, it wouldn't matter if you had your strongest 11 on the pitch. If you concede goals like that, you only got to win games. So there's things that we can work on, and that's what I need to do. I need to make sure that we work on it. We had worked on it, and I thought we'd go over the bad goals with the 2 clean sheets, but we've conceded definitely 2 bad ones today. So we'll have to work on that. You know, we can't bury our heads in the sand. We need to work on it. You know, we now lose Jason and Chris Kane, who have been fantastic for us. I spoke a wee bit about them in the programme. Really helped us into the position we're in the league. There'll be a big miss on the pitch. There'll be a big miss in the changing room. But St Johnstone want them back for the first team. So in that terms, we've done our job as a club. But they are going to be a big miss for us for the next week and the remaining games.
Miles Bierman coming off the bench today showed as though he's got a wee bit...
Yeah, just probably in an unnatural position for him, really. That for Miles was more to get him onto the pitch with next week in mind. I didn't, you know, I've still to think of the team for next week, but I just thought it would to try and get him onto the pitch today, to give him 15 or 20 minutes, just to get him used to the playing with the players and that. And he done okay, you know. It's always difficult. You know, the other thing as well, you know, when you look at him, he does look a real baby. You know, he looks really young, but that'll do him good that he's got on. As I say, Owen there got his game time. Big Ross got a bit of game time, because it will probably be that 1-2 of them are going to be starting next week. So it was important that we got them on at some stage of the game today to see if they could handle it, really.
And you obviously talked about Stephen Dobie as well, signed a new deal today.
Yeah, that's great news. You know, the board, Mark texted me that this morning to say they had agreed that, so that's fantastic news for the club. Stephen's, you know, if you read the open the media and the papers, the national media, he said that, you know, he's had offers to go elsewhere, but he's very happy. So when a player's happy and he wants to stay, it generally makes it easier to conclude a deal. Obviously, the board deserve a bit of credit and maybe able to keep him. Because there would have been a lot of teams after him, you know, and probably would have been a lot of teams prepared to pay him a lot more money than we're paying him, but it just shows that Stephen's happy and he wants to be here. And I've spoke to John and Stephen individually, you know, because for them being the senior players, it'll be slightly frustrating for them that the young lads their performances will be quite so inconsistent, but their job as the older players is to help them as much as they can on the pitch. In training they help them, you know, and I don't stop that. John and Stephen, they pass on words of wisdom to the players if they notice little things, because it's very difficult for us to see everything that goes on, and they're got to be very important for us moving forward.
And Stephen's signing as well is a kind of real confidence boost for people, because he is...
I think it helps us as a club when we're trying to attract players or getting other players to re-sign to that, when they say that you've got Stephen, that you know, that'll definitely help us. He is, you know, even today, you know, he's disappointed there. He was in saying, if I score that, I want to make it 1-1. He says it's a different game. So I like that about him as well. He owns up when he feels that he should have done better for the team. Albeit there's not many times since I've been in that there's a case that we could say that he could have done better for the team. So delighted that he's signed, but listen, I'm disappointed to lose the game. But it was always going to be difficult today. It was always going to be a difficult game, albeit we have to do better in our defending.
Obviously it's can we break from the league next week for the Scottish Cup?
Yeah, and that's a difficult one, because we've been to see them 2 or 3 times and they've played different formations, and with them not playing for 3 weeks, you're not really sure what you're going to play against. So what we'll need to do is just sort of worry about ourselves. First and foremost, we'll need to see what's available. because there's no point in me saying, right, we're going to play that formation when we've not got the players to play it. You know, Callum Fordyce is due to try and start back training on Monday, but he's been out a long time. You know, he's been out 6 or 7 weeks, and normally you wouldn't just train 1 week and then go on to playing a game in such a high game as that. But, you know, really we've only got one centre half at the moment with Jason leaving. So we'll just need to see how Callum goes. Hopefully Jordan's back jogging on Monday, but he'll still a couple of weeks away. And the other lads, they are what they are. You know, Dale started back doing a bit of jogging. I think he was on the treadmill yesterday. I'm not sure if Partick will come too quick for him.